You just cannot destabilize a people who refuse to kneel. They're not playing, they're not begging, and they're definitely not backing down. The people of Burkina Faso have made up their minds. And when a nation stands as one, you'd be a fool to think you can shake it. From the capital to the smallest village, every Burkinabe is a warrior now. In today's Burkina Faso, the soldier isn't just the man with a uniform. It's the grandmother who stands at the roundabout at 8 a.m. It's the child waving the flag. It's the entire population standing guard over their future. This is not chaos. This is clarity. Under President Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso has become a symbol of African resistance, not just for itself, but for the entire continent. The people have embraced vigilance as a daily duty. National unity has taken shape not as some abstract slogan, but as real flesh and blood mobilization. The enemy is clear: imperialism, manipulation, and those foreign and local agents who dream of dragging the country back into dependence. But they're too late. From the top to the grassroots, the call for sovereignty is louder than fear. The country is no longer willing to tolerate interference, no matter how well packaged. And when the people rise, not in violence, but in purpose, there's no force strong enough to hold them back. Burkina Faso is standing, and it's not standing alone. It stands for a liberated Africa, one borderless, united, and ready to decide its own future. No matter the attempts to destabilize, one thing is certain: the land of upright men is done bowing. This is what a true people's revolution looks like, and it's only just begun.
Here we go again. Another attempt on Ibrahim Traore's life. This is his 20th attempt on April 16, 2025, when they tried to have a overthrow him again, and it was filed obviously by the military and the great servicemen they have who believe and love Ibrahim Traore. So why is this happening, and what are they doing now to even expound on this assassination attempt? They're trying to do the same thing they did to Muammar Gaddafi. And let me explain. Muammar Gaddafi had free education, free healthcare, free homes, and every citizen was getting a percentage of every time oil was sold. He had the most gold in reserve at the time, bar none. So what? Because of this, they don't want this to be replicated in Africa. They sort of spread misinformation that he's a dictator, he's evil, he's wicked, he's torturing people. Mind you, most of this was lie, and we did not know because we at the time was listening to the Western medias, and we bought into the lie that they told about Buddha Gaddafi. We did not know till years after that what they were saying was all lies, and it was they assassinate him in front of our eyes, and we praise the imperialists and move to take out Buddha Gaddafi, and then we find out later that it was all lies. They did it for the goal, and they didn't want to replicate what happened because he was gonna revolutionize the the oil sector by using the golden air to spend if you want to buy anything from Africa. And who did they use to like, take him out? One of our own. That's let me not call his name, but the president that look like us in the state, he's the one who aided the French as well to take him out. So anyway, they can do the same thing with Burkina Faso when they're trying to spread this misinformation. Matter of fact, if you think I'm lying, take a listen to what the top general in the US Army stated in the Congress about Abraham Traore. Take a listen. Boom.
Can imagine a situation, though, in which the ruling elite of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that in order to the benefit of the strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime.
So there you have it. This guy told a blatant lie. They're using the same lie and as they use with Libya and Gaddafi when they're saying he's using his gold for his own personal interest. That's what they stated with Gaddafi. Now they're trying to do the same thing because they cannot get him. an assassination attempt. So now they're trying to discredit him and trying to make him look bad. And I've seen a few channels popping up all over the place talking the same talking points that he's a dictator, he's unaliving his citizens, he's using his gold mine. Um, um, a lot of, and then even in France, they have some protests around a few people protesting against Ibrahim Traore in France. And these people, we get to find out, are paid protesters. So this shows you that they are using our own to degrade one of our greatest leaders we ever have. And then if we don't stay sturdy and stay strong, we cannot no longer buy into these lies that have been told on Abraham Traore. Why are they fighting so hard for this specific president? Why? Because all the good he have done. The same gold that they accuse him of using, he nationalized two gold mines. These companies, these multinational companies are trying to sell the gold mines for over 300 million. He bought it for a little over 60 million. He bought the two gold mines from. These two. Anyway, it was a long story, but I love video on it. I'll put a link in the description. Then he built his own gold refinery. So now they're refining their own gold. He expanded, spent 80 billion to expand the new airport. He built a new hospital. He opened over almost 2,000 schools open up. He bought new planes and relaunched the Burkina Faso airline. Banned France airline from coming into Burkina Faso because at first they sanctioned him and said that they would not fly Air France to Burkina Faso. He said, okay, no problem. He revitalized his own airline, bought his own planes, and started to do flights. Then Air France wanted to come back and said, nope, no. You said you don't want us. We are in the red zone. We're in a red. We are. What did I say? Well, it was a red zone, which means it's a dangerous place. No. Why you want to come back in the same place that was dangerous? So no. And he have bought billions and billions of dollars he has spent on agriculture. Over he bought tractors, pumps, bikes, excavators, backhoes, trucks for for military, for his farmers. He have opened up training centers for all of his fallen soldiers, wives, widows, and children. He has a special program for them to help get them um, homes, and they get special education for the widows to go back to school and have a special loaning service for them to do businesses. So he have done everything for his people. He does not give his people money, cash. He don't hand out cash. He hand out business opportunities. He build factories for people to get work, flour mill, rice mill, soap, you name it, he make it. Tomato, he make a lot of different companies. So this what he's doing in Burkina Faso is why they love him so much. And the West, seeing this, have to don't want this to be replicated. So they have to do everything in their power because I'm sure he's unlocking the minds of his people and others around the world. I'm reporting from the Caribbean, and we here in the Caribbean love Ibrahim Traore. As you can see, he's one of my greatest heroes. You see, I have him next to Marcus Garvey, which is my other hero, Jamaican as well, Marcus Garvey. So I take I don't just put the hero title on just anyone. There's very high criteria involved in me calling you a hero. So the fact that he's being seen globally as this icon, they're trying to degrade that iconic person by spreading misinformation. Hence the reason why he banned some of these Western media out of his country because of their spreading malicious and blatant lies on him to make sure to try to get people to go on his side. But Burkina Faso citizens have his back 100%. Not only that, Mali, Niger, they have also um enhanced their military. So they no longer have because they used to get let me just first, when the French was in Burkina Faso, he can only buy weapons from the French. After he cut ties and kicked out the French army, he got the U.S. army and a few other armies. He now can buy. He now buying weapons from China, Russia, Morocco, Egypt, and which other country? Egypt, Morocco, Russia, and he bought something for some planes from Brazil, and the U.S. blocked it because they're the ones who a whole other story. They blocked that sale. So he showed that they're not interested in helping the country. So he built up his arsenal now to the level where you cannot just run in on him anymore. You have to be tactical, and that's what they're trying to do by trying to recruit former and present military guys, and they're spending millions of dollars. Cause the last payment, they not the last, I can give a two payment. They paid the leader of his jam, the head of his jam, 30 million US dollars to take him out. They caught him. They just recently paid 41 million to another former top military guy who is on the run because of corruption. That he's caught, and a few others escaped to Ivory Coast recently in the last coup attempt where they caught some of them, and some of them escaped. So we have to stay vigilant. We cannot listen to misinformation. And when we see misinformation, we have to call it out. I mean, myself, whenever I see these videos, I comment on them and say that these are blatant lies. Nothing is. So yeah, we have to keep alert and make sure he's protected. Julius Malema, they gave a speech about we have to protect Ibrahim Traore. The new John Mahama from Ghana, the new president, give a speech at the ECOWAS meeting recently, saying that we cannot alienate our brothers and sisters. We have to work with them. Either because they're not in the ECOWAS, we can no longer not just cut them off. No, we have to work with them. So he's trying, and a few other leaders, President Museveni of Uganda, he's also backing Ibrahim Traore 100%. And Morocco president King of Morocco as well. They're in alliance with Burkina Faso, and I'm like financial alliance because they open the port to these countries, to these countries, and a few other countries. But when we have to, their goal is to use top mili- top military guys from Western world and presidents in the like in Africa to go against, like the president of Nigeria, Tinubu. He's a puppet at the highest level, and President William Ruto of Kenya as well. These are some of the guys who are actually going against Ibrahim Traore because what he shows up their corruption and their kickbacks and their money they are reaping from the citizens, and then make sure the citizens suffer. Let me just run back to what the president, not the president, why am I say president? What the military guy said about the gold and the reserve in Burkina Faso. Abraham Traore does not own a luxury car. He does not own a luxury home. He don't wear suits, jewelry, none of that. Abraham Traore only use the military vehicles to travel in. He only wear military attire. We have seen him twice out of military clothes when went to the day of prayer and when he plays soccer. And if he have to travel, he travel on a military plane. When he goes to Ghana, recently he used a military plane. He he owned a 19 he owned a 19 he owned like a 30-year-old pickup Toyota truck. That's what he has for his personal self. So this shows you that they can use this, oh, he's using the money to enrich himself argument, because that's a blatant like how we have seen how he operates. He does not own nothing. He doesn't even take a salary for a president. He takes a salary as a commander, to show you the level of loyalty President Ibrahim Traore has. He said, "Homeland or death." That is motto. Homeland or death. So we have to start being more vigilant. We have to be more diligent, and vigilant at the same time, because we have to make sure that we don't have these these voices become too loud and drown out what's actually happening on the ground in Burkina Faso. So anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. As always, I don't know. Tell a friend, like, comment, share, subscribe. Boom.